Hello friends, how are you all? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you are doing great and taking care of yourself. In today's video, we all take a deep dive into some of the important Oracle SQL commands like insert, update, delete, alter, and truncate. These are nothing but the building blocks of working with data in your database, be it an Oracle, MS SQL, IBM DB2, etc. These commands will help you to add, modify, or view the data from your tables. Whether you are starting or brushing yourself or preparing for any interview, this video is for you. So without much further delay, let's get started. So friends, as you see on my screen, this video will be divided into two parts where first we will be learning theoretically what these commands are, and then we will be executing these commands one by one. So without much delay, let's get into the details of these commands. So what is an insert command? Insert command is used to add new rows to the tables. So the syntax for the insert command is insert into table column 1, column 2, column 3, and the values what you want in these columns to be added. Once you have inserted the data, the next command is to basically view the data. So for that you have select command. So to view all the columns, select star from table name. To view the specific column, you need to specify the columns. So the syntax for that is select column 1, column 3, in this case from table name with condition. Sometimes there is a need that you want to basically view the records against the specific condition. So for that you will be doing select column 1, column 3 from table name where the column 1 and the value of that column. You can also use select star from table name where the column 1 or column 2 equals to the value of what you are interested to look for the records. The next case is using an alias. Sometimes you want to display the column when it is executed, or you want to display a column with another name. So in this case I want to display the column 1 has call 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write select column 1 has call 1, column 3 has call 3 from table name. So when you execute, instead of displaying the column 1, it's going to display the name which you have set, or alias which you have set has call 1. The next important command we are going to talk about is update. Update command is used to change the existing data. So for an example, you want to basically change the value for certain columns based on the condition. That's where you use the update command. So the syntax for the update command is update table name set column equals to whatever value you want, where the X column is this. So what we have done is we are changing the value of column 3 based on the condition where the column 1 equals to 1. Now, since there would be a condition where you want to basically delete the certain records from the table, and that's where the delete command comes into the picture. The syntax for delete is delete from table name, where the name of the column or the value of the column you want that record to be deleted from the table. Remember, once you have deleted, you need to commit it or roll back it depending upon the condition. So that's where you use the delete command. Once the data is deleted, you can easily retrieve that data either from the backup or the tape, etc. But the next command which I'm going to talk about is the truncate command. It is used to wipe the whole data from the table. The difference between delete and the truncate is the truncate, once you truncate the table, you can't retrieve the data. But with the delete, you can retrieve the data because it would have stored somewhere in the backup tables or on tape, so it is easily retrieved. And moreover, there is a rollback command. And the next one is, and the last one is alter command. Alter command is used to modify the table structure. Say for an example, I have a table called as a book, and I have two columns in book table, book ID and book name. Now I want to add another column called as book publish. So that's where the alter command helps me out to add the column against that table. So the syntax for that is alter table, table name, add whatever the column you want, and the data type. The second is, say I want to basically drop certain columns from the table. In our case, I want to drop the book publish from the books table. Then I will use alter table, table name, the drop, the column name. The last one is if I want to modify the data type of certain column. So in our example now, the book ID is having a number 10. Now I want to basically increase or modify that column from 10 to 20. So that's where I will use the alter command, and the syntax for that is alter table, table name, modify column, whatever the column name is, and the data type. So don't worry, we are going to look what we have studied theoretically in next few minutes in this video. Until then, stay tuned for that. So friends, I'm going to use one compiler which is a handily available Oracle editor tool, which helps you to execute the Oracle commands like create, insert, update, delete, truncate, whatever we have discussed in this video. So I'm too excited for the demo session to help you understand what we have talked about from the theoretical perspective, and I think you too are excited for that. So with that said, let's get into the demo session. So if you see on my screen, I have created a table called as books, and it has two columns, book ID and the book name. Right now, this table does not hold any record. So I'm going to basically add the row into this table called as books, and for that we are going to basically have a hands-on session of our first command called as insert. So I'm going to basically use insert into books, and it has the column name called book ID, book name, and values 101. Let's put Alice in Wonderland. Okay, and I'm going to basically do select star from books. Why I'm doing that? Because I want to basically view the data what we have inserted into the books table. So without much delay, let's hit the run button. And if you see, we have successfully inserted the record into the books table called as 101, and the value 101 is holding is Alice in Wonderland. Let's add one more row into it. So I'm going to basically, what I'm going to do is select this into next 9, just change this to 102. I'm going to type here the Spider Man. Okay, and let's hit the run button to see the record is inserted or not, and we see our record is inserted. Now let's talk about the next command, which is an update command. So I want to basically change the Spider-Man to the Batman, and for that I'm going to basically use update table, which is books, set what column I want to update this by book name. So now this is the Batman. Against where book ID equals to 102. So now instead of Spider-Man, it should give me Batman. So let's execute the one command. And if you see, our table has been updated with the Batman against the book ID 102. I hope by now you got an idea of how to add the value, how to modify the existing data in the table. Next command we are going to talk about is alter and delete. So let's get into that in next 1 minute. So until now we have studied insert, update. Now we are going to talk about alter command. So I want to add a new column to the table called as book publish. So for that I'm going to use alter table books. Okay, add, I'm going to write book published and the data type is date, and I'm going to write here something called as a describe books. Also I'm going to basically write here describe books, and now I'm going to run this. And if you see, sorry for the typo error. Okay, it's describe. Okay, run. And if you see, previously the book table was having two columns, book ID and book name, and now we have added the new column called as a book publish, and it has a data type date. So that's how you can basically use an alter command to basically add the column. Now let's use alter command to basically drop the column. So alter table books drop column column and column name is books publish. So I'm going to basically copy this again here and run this. So syntax error, so clear the output and run. And if you see, we have added the column and then later on we have dropped the column. So describe gives us the structure of the table, and it helps you to understand what columns you have added, what columns you have dropped, what columns you have altered also. So now let's increase the book ID to 20. So for that I'm going to basically use again alter table books, okay, and modify book ID to number 20. Okay, and let's hit describe books. Okay, so what I'm doing is, previously the length of the book ID was 10 and now I'm increasing it to 20. So let's run and see what happens. And if you see, our column has been modified. So previously the book ID was number 10, now it's holding the 20. So it can hold until previously it was holding 10 digits, now it can hold 20 digits. So that's how you can basically modify the structure of your table by using the alter command. Let's now quickly jump into the delete command, and then finally we will go into the truncate command. So until now we have studied insert, update, alter, and different cases of the alter by adding a column, dropping a column, modify the column. Now we are going to basically talk about delete. So we have two records. One is Alice in Wonderland, one is the Batman, which is book ID 102. Let me delete 101, which is Alice in Wonderland, from the books table. And for that, I'm going to basically use delete for books where book ID equals to 101, and I'm going to do select star from books. So now let's clear the output and run. And if you see now, the books table is holding only one record. So previously it was holding the two records, which is 101 Alice in Wonderland and 102, which is the Batman. But now the book is holding only one record, which is 102, the Batman, because we have deleted the book ID 101 from the books table. So that's how you can basically use the delete command to delete the specific records from the table. Now, last one we are going to talk about is truncate. So until now we have talked about insert, alter, update, delete. Now we are going to talk about the last command, which is truncate. And for that, the syntax is here. But before that, I'm going to execute one more command, which is select count star from box. Okay, and then I'm going to execute truncate table box, and again select count star from books. So now let's run this. Don't worry, I'm going to discuss about the count in our next video session when we talk about aggregate functions. But for now, to understand the truncate command, how it works, I'm using count star. So let's execute that. And if you see, previously our table was having one record, which is 102, the Batman. But now the table is having 0 records because the truncate has wiped out the data from the table called as books, and that's why it's displaying as the count 0. So I hope by now you have got an understanding of how to use insert, update, alter, delete, and truncate commands. If you find this video has really added a value and you have learned something new, please do share with your friends and colleagues, and do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button, as well as hit that bell icon to get notified whenever I upload the next video on SQL journey for beginners. Until then, take care. Bye bye.